They tried to criminalize a boy mowing his mama's lawn, but the truth shook the whole neighborhood. Family, before I begin this story, I need you to listen closely. Because what happened here could happen to anyone. A young black teenager, trying to help his mother, suddenly finds himself treated like a criminal in his own neighborhood. If you believe these stories deserve to be told, don't wait. Hit that subscribe button right now and join us, because these are the untold struggles. It was the first week of summer vacation when Jamal Carter, a 15-year-old black teen, woke up early, pulled on his sneakers, and grabbed the push mower from the garage. His mother, Angela Carter, a widowed nurse, had been working double shifts at the hospital. Bills stacked high on the kitchen counter, but Angela never let Jamal feel the full weight of her struggle. Still, Jamal noticed. That morning, as he tightened the mower's handle, Angela called from the doorway. "Baby, you don't need to do that. You're supposed to be enjoying your break." Jamal grinned. "I just want to help, Ma. You're doing everything already." Angela's eyes watered with pride. She blew him a kiss, then left for her shift. Jamal fired up the mower, sweat glistening under the rising sun. Birds chirped. Neighbors watered lawns. It was an ordinary day until it wasn't. Across the street, Richard Owens, the HOA vice president, sat on his porch, sipping coffee. He was a man in his late 50s, stern-faced, the kind who believed rules were rules, even when they didn't make sense. He narrowed his eyes at Jamal. The boy's mower had crossed a thin strip of grass that technically belonged to Richard's property line. Richard muttered, "Not on my watch." He snapped a photo, sent a message to the HOA group chat. "Unauthorized landscaping in progress. Violation noted." By the time Jamal finished, a notice was already taped to Angela's door. $100 fine. Unauthorized lawn maintenance. That evening, Angela returned home exhausted. She picked up the notice and sighed. "Jamal," she called softly. He came running, face hopeful. "You see the lawn, Ma? Looks good, right?" Angela forced a smile, but held up the paper. "Baby, they fined us." Jamal's jaw dropped. "For what?" "I was just mowing the grass." Before Angela could answer, Richard appeared at their driveway, clipboard in hand. "Mrs. Carter, your son was mowing beyond your property line. HOA regulations prohibit unauthorized landscaping." Angela crossed her arms. "He's 15. He was trying to help his mama. This is harassment." Richard's eyes hardened. "If you can't follow community rules, maybe this isn't the place for you." Jamal clenched his fists. Angela pulled him back, whispering, "Not now." But Richard smirked, and in that smirk lived a promise. This wasn't over. Over the next weeks, fines piled up. $75, improper trash bin placement. $150, lawn ornament violation. Angela's small angel statue for her late husband. $200, noise violation. Jamal's laughter with friends at 4 p.m. Angela paid what she could, but the stress broke her spirit. Jamal overheard her crying at night. One Saturday, Jamal was mowing again when Richard stormed out, phone in hand. "Young man, you're trespassing again. Step away from that mower." Jamal snapped. "I'm not hurting anyone." Richard dialed. "Police?" "Yes, I'd like to report suspicious activity. Possible theft of equipment." Jamal froze. Neighbors peeked out of windows. Sirens echoed in the distance. 2 squad cars pulled up. Officers stepped out, hands near their holsters. "Put the mower down, son," one barked. Jamal stammered. I live here." Angela, just pulling into the driveway from her shift, dropped her purse and ran. "Officers, that's my son. He's mowing our lawn." Richard raised his voice. "He was on my property, using equipment that doesn't belong to him. I demand you detain him." Angela's chest heaved. "Are you serious? That's our mower. Our property." The officers hesitated, eyes darting between Richard's authoritative tone and Angela's desperate pleas. Phones began recording. Neighbors whispered. The tension could shatter glass. From down the block, an elderly black man named Mr. Lewis, cane in hand, shuffled toward the scene. He had lived in Willow Glen for 40 years, mostly silent, mostly ignored. "Hold up," his voice boomed. "I've seen enough." Everyone turned. Mr. Lewis pointed at Richard. "This boy wasn't stealing. He was mowing, and I got the footage to prove it." He pulled out his phone. Security cameras from his porch showed Jamal never crossed Richard's property line. Gasps rippled through the crowd. The officers studied the footage. Their shoulders eased. "Looks like the kid's clear," one admitted. Angela hugged Jamal tight, but Richard's face burned red. He wasn't finished. The next day, Angela found a letter taped to her door. Final notice: failure to comply with HOA regulations. Foreclosure proceedings pending. Her knees buckled. They were trying to take her home. She stormed into the HOA meeting that night. Jamal followed, silent but fierce. The room buzzed with whispers. Angela's voice rang out. "You target me. You target my son. For what? Because we don't fit your idea of who belongs here?" Richard smirked at the head of the table. "This isn't personal. It's business." But then, voices rose from the crowd. Neighbors who once stayed silent now shouted, "She's right. This is discrimination. Leave him alone." Phones were raised again. The tide was turning. Angela stood tall. "You want the truth? Fine. My husband, Jamal's father, helped build this community. He was a contractor who laid the foundations of half these homes before he passed. And this is how you treat his family." Gasps echoed. Richard's face twisted. He opened his mouth, but another voice cut through. Mr. Lewis rose. "That's not all. I was on the original HOA board. And Richard here? He's been doctoring fines for years, pocketing money that never goes back into this neighborhood." A wave of shock hit the room. Richard's eyes widened, panic flashing across his face. Angela whispered to Jamal, "Baby, this ain't about grass. It's about power." Before the meeting could adjourn, Richard stormed out. Moments later, Angela's phone buzzed. A message. It read, "You think you've won? This isn't over. I know secrets about your husband, secrets that will destroy you." Angela's hands shook. Jamal read over her shoulder, his heart pounding. What secrets? What did Richard know about his late father? The screen faded to black. If you're still with me right now, family, then you know this story is deeper than it looks. Don't miss what happens next. Hit that subscribe button so you never miss these powerful, untold struggles. Family, this story shows us that no matter how hard people try to silence the truth, justice has a way of breaking through. If this moved you, hit that like button, drop a comment, share this video, and make sure you subscribe to the Untold Struggles. Because part 2 will leave you speechless.